you get a little bit torn with some of these places because you want it all to yourself so that you can enjoy it, but then you also want some people around just so that you can know that it's safe.
We're more than happy to pay for the pass. I don't want it to come across like we were trying to do anything dodgy.
Yeah.
So snakes and goannas are the least of your problems today, Chels. We're looking for big lizards. In Kakadu, crocodiles live here. Watch out. Nice.
Welcome to Kakadu.
We're out at Kakadu in the national park here. We're going to be staying in Ubirr. We've had some followers reach out and say that we can come and stay with them. They've actually got a spot where they're allowed pets as well. So Juice is going to be hanging out there with the spoodle and we're going to be able to explore the national park.
Well, the first stop in Kakadu is the information centre. Now this time of year, well at the moment, it's pretty important because there is heaps of closures, which is a shame because I think like some of the majors like Jim Falls and that is still closed.
Fingers crossed it's not, but no better place to find out the information than the information centre, eh? Well, this one's going to hurt, $2.40 a litre. But if you want to support us, head to caravanadventurers.com and get yourself a bit of a singlet. A bit of a shameless plug, help us pay for some fuel. After heading to the information centre, we had a bit of a change of plans. We went back to the van, hung out with Juice for a little bit, and then we decided to go out to Kales Crossing, and we're also going to head to Ubirr for sunset tonight.
Well, we had a little bit of an interesting time at the information centre. We went in there like we would any other information centre, wanting to know information. And the first thing she said to us was, do you have your parks pass? And we said, no, we haven't bought it yet, we just got here. We want to know what's open in the national park, kind of to see whether it's worth paying $40 a person to explore for the next few days. And she said that she couldn't tell us any information. She couldn't even give us one of the brochures until we'd bought our parks pass. So for all we know, there could have been one attraction open and we would have had to spend $40 a person to go into the, like, to get some information from it. Very, very strange.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit rough that you've got to pay to get information. Like, I understand lots of it's online and things, but she wouldn't tell us what was open or closed until we paid.
I don't know, like we're more than happy to pay for the pass. I don't want it to come across like we were trying to do anything dodgy. It was more just like the whole attitude about it. Because yeah, for all you know, there could be nothing open, it could be all flooded, and you wouldn't know that until you bought a parks pass. And also they're charging the full rate of parks passes when you can only go to one of the swimming holes out here and then a couple of like the walks and stuff. Very, very strange.
We are at Kales Crossing now. This one is famous for a tidal water crossing that cars and stuff travel across to get into Arnhem Land, and it's notorious for crocodiles on the East Alligator?
Yeah, East Alligator
River. Let's go check it out.
Are we going to see any crocodiles today?
There's a few people standing around, so surely. There's one. No, it's a stick.
That's a stick.
Maybe we'll just play the game. Is it a crocodile or is it a stick?
It's actually a big myth up here. They're just stick-shaped crocodiles. No, crocodile-shaped sticks.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
So we've managed to spot one huge salty out in the water, but he's super far away. It's really hard to see. Now we do have some footage from when we had a little visit to Cahills. When was it? 2020?
2021?
2021. And we're gonna try and find the footage and drop it in here just to give you a perspective of what it can look like on a very busy day.
Next stop is Ubirr, and we're getting here just in time, I reckon. We're seeing the sun start to go down, so we better get a boogie on.
No better way to see in the sunset than with some chicken crimpies.
And some yelling families.
Yes, very noisy tourists. Good morning. We are out in Kakadu National Park at a place called Unbangbang.
Apologies in advance for that because we're going to pronounce everything wrong. But yeah, I think it's called unbangbang. It's a billabong walk, and we're not sure if it connects to another walk to a lookout. So we're just going to go have a look and see what happens.
And plenty of crocodile warning signs around.
Very close to walking tracks.
Yeah.
So snakes and goannas are the least of your problems today, Chelsea. We're looking for big lizards.
So the billabong's literally just on the other side of these trees here. And I'm really confused. What's stopping the crocodiles from being like out on this track, just sunning themselves?
Probably nothing.
It's an interesting like change of perspective from when we were in Litchfield. In Litchfield, it's like, oh, there's this very low risk of crocodiles. In Kakadu, crocodiles live here. Watch out.
And that's literally what the signs say.
I can take what I need to get by. Doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart is so somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from
The walk we're doing at the moment is meant to be a loop. Apparently it's meant to be open, but it's all closed. So you've got like this little stretch to have a look at the billabong, and either side of the loop is closed, which is such a shame.
Would have been all right if they'd told us at the information centre, but the lady there wasn't really all that helpful.
And also, while we're on that topic, what we've noticed so far is it's very overgrown in the park. I understand like it's not that far after the wet season. We're only here in beginning of June. Well, it's actually the 10th of June today, but everything's really overgrown. There's like picnic areas and that here, but like tables are like covered in weeds and stuff. Very interesting.
So it's meant to be a walk all the way around, and then you can cut up to this lookout walk through here. But unfortunately, you can't do any of it.
So can we get to the lookout, or you can only get to the lookout via this walk?
No, we can drive around to the other lookout. We should be able to do it that way.
Takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We have driven about 5 minutes down the road around the other side of the billabong to start the walk. This one is the
Nawalanja.
Bryce is going to have to do this, like my dyslexia is just like...
Nawalanja lookout walk. 300 metres return, so it's pretty short, but I think it's also quite steep, so let's get stuck in.
Grade moderate.
the piece of my heart is so somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the after.
Bit of a calf burner.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the views already though.
Beautiful.
With views like that, do we have to go any further?
Yes. Come on, we're going to the top. It's a bit further, but get your butt moving.
I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Hold on.
Nice.
Take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling.
Okay, your turn to have a look.
Well worth the walk.
Yeah, this is beautiful. So, just over there is where we were parked, and the billabong's just in here. So it would have been good to do that walk around, come up here, and then do the full walk.
Yeah.
I feel like we've cheated.
Kind of, but we would have done it if we could.
Okay, Chelsea's version of the name.
Let me think about it. Nangaluwar.
Nangulawara?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it a red hot crack.
Yeah, all right, let's get stuck in. This one is a 4-kilometre return walk to a Aboriginal art site. It says it's pretty easy walk, so yeah, see how we go.
Let's smash it out. What does it say, like 2 hours or something?
Yeah.
I reckon we could do it in 40 minutes.
40 minutes, jeez.
Start running.
All right, away you go.
We have just arrived at Kawinda Lodge because we are doing a tour.
Yeah, we're doing the 4:30 yellow water cruise. It goes for 2 hours, and fingers crossed we're on it for the sunset as well.
They just get the name saltwater crocodile because they have salt excretion glands in their throat, allowing them to filter and tolerate salt water. It's a bit hard to guess a crocodile's size to estimate it, but I'd say that one's probably about 2 meters. The yellow water billabong was awesome yesterday. It was a 2-hour cruise over sunset. We saw heaps of wildlife, plenty of bird life, and also a heap of crocodiles. It was really hard to capture all the birds and crocodiles on the GoPro, but we did take our camera and managed to zoom in on a few. So we'll drop some photos in here just to paint more of a picture on how much we saw. Definitely worth the money and definitely a highlight when you're in Kakadu National Park. We are all about giving Kakadu a red hot crack, and we are going to travel an hour and a half today to one of the swimming holes. Well, pretty much the only swimming spot that's open at the moment in the whole national park, and it's like at the furthest point. We've got Juice back in the caravan with the aircon on. We are staying with some people back here as well, so he's safe and sound. And we're going to buzz out here for a swim and look around at the other side of the national park. This national park is huge, so getting anywhere takes a little bit of time.
About an hour and a half later, we've made it to Ikoymarrwa. We're going to try the lower pools first. It's a bit of a 4-wheel drive track in, see what that's like, and then there's also a parking spot by the highway for the upper pools too.
We've made it. 500-meter 4-wheel drive track was very tame, but that wasn't what I was worried about. This is what I'm worried about.
Well, we know that there's people swimming in the upper pool. We saw a tour bus.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that we're down here on the bottom and there's lots of crocodile signs. So we're just gonna go have a look first and then decide whether we're gonna swim.
There's one other car here. If they're in the water and it's like crystal clear, we might go in, but we'll just see.
That's promising, people in the water.
The windows closed, fear and doubt. I stopped and turned, trying to find out. There might be something I forgot.
It looks pretty safe for swimming. We're just gonna hop in the shallows. We're not gonna go into the dark, ominous waterfall over there because you can't see what's under it.
You get a little bit torn with some of these places because you want it all to yourself so that you can enjoy it, but then you also want some people around just so that you can know that it's safe.
My legs, they freeze us in fear. We got time.
That was so refreshing when you went in there. It really actually took your breath away. But there are a couple more spots that we've just found out about, so we're gonna go have a look at them.
We were at the lower falls just a minute ago, then 5 minutes up the road you've got the upper falls. We're gonna go have a look at this rock hole. I think it's more of a busier area. There's a few cars around and we actually saw a tour bus in here just before, but that should be a good sign. Hopefully it's good. There's only 2 or 3 pools here, so if there's other people around, it makes it really awkward and difficult. Like they're quite small and shallow, so you kind of... Intimate, that's a great word, Bryce.
Yeah, intimate rock pools.
We brought our lunch thinking we could sit here and have it, but I don't know if there's anywhere to sit.
That's right, we'll find a spot up just up here, I reckon. We'll be right. We were talking at somebody at the lower pools earlier and they said about this Ferny Gully. It's about a 20-minute four-wheel drive track through some pretty narrow stuff. You do need a high clearance four-wheel drive. But we've got here and we're going to go have a look and see what it's about. This spot is not signed at all on the main road, but it is signed out here, so it gives us faith. You do have to check on Wikicamps and look for the directions on there. As you're heading north past the information centre, it's about 300 metres and there's a skinny little track that goes off to the right. Here it is, what do you reckon?
It looks nice, but don't know if I'm going to be hopping in the water.
Crystal clear. There are some other people out here, so we're going to go see where they're swimming and then that'll probably be us.
Like a little spa just here.
Alright, in your hop then. This spot is absolutely beautiful. We'll put the Wikicamps link in the description below and you're going to have to look it up to find where this spot is.
Well, that's a wrap on Kakadu. We had 4 days here and we pretty much did all the attractions that were open, plus the yellow water billabong cruise. You hear people say Kakadu, Kakadu?
Yeah, it's hard. Like, we had a good time, but I don't know if we would prioritise this national park over some other ones. If we're on a time limit, I don't think I'd prioritise coming here. I'd probably go somewhere else.
I don't know if it's just there was lots of closures at the moment, but I mean, it's mid-June, so you'd expect some things to be open by now. I felt like it's quite a rundown national park. We didn't really get a very warm welcome from anyone here, other than the lovely people we were staying with. You kind of didn't really feel appreciated. They're quick to take money, but there wasn't really anything in the national parks, like no toilet facilities, pretty much anywhere we went. And then like picnic areas and stuff just weren't maintained. And I'm sure some people have had totally different experiences to us. So let us know in the comments, Kakadu or Kakadu. Thanks so much for following along and watching another video.
And an extra special thanks to Stephen McKay for the super thanks this week. We really appreciate the support. And if you are liking the videos, make sure to like. Don't forget to drop us a comment and hit that red subscribe button. And we'll see you next week.
Catch ya.